Historians estimate that in classical Athens, perhaps 1 in 4 people could be enslaved. Open your eyes here with no father's name, no deme, no sponsor, no master, and before breakfast your survival depends on one question. Does this city recognize you as human? You do not wake in marble. You wake in a courtyard house, mud brick walls, packed earth, smoke from the hearth, storage jars, animals, tools, and bodies already working. Evidence suggests the courtyard was the engine of the household, not a peaceful escape. Your first mission is water. No tap, no bottle, no germ theory. You follow women, girls, and enslaved attendants toward a fountain or well because thirst is immediate and bad water can become a slow death sentence. Breakfast is not a feast. For most people, survival tastes like grain, olives, oil, figs, legumes, maybe fish, and wine mixed with water. Meat is not daily luxury. It is often tied to sacrifice, wealth, or special occasion. Now you dress wrong and everyone sees it. A short chiton may mark labor. A himation can signal public respectability. Women's peploy and chitons are not plain white fantasy. Art and paint traces suggest color, pattern, and variation. In Athens, fabric speaks before you do. Step into the street and the city hits you. Donkeys, dogs, vendors, potters, porters, shouted prices. Dust and heat. The Agora is not a tourist square. It is the center of money, lawsuits, politics, gossip, sacrifice, and reputation. Here, identity is legal oxygen. A citizen, a medic, an enslaved person, and a woman can stand in the same sunlight, but the city does not give them the same voice, protection, or future. If you are female, your danger changes shape. Researchers debate the exact experience of women across class, age, and status, but law restricted public political and legal agency. Yet women were not invisible. Religion gave them public roles the city needed. If you are a free adult male citizen, Athens may demand your voice. The assembly meets outdoors, exposed to weather and persuasion. Democracy here is not calm procedure. It is thousands of men shouting policy into the heat, but if you are not a citizen, the same hill becomes a wall. Medics can live, trade, pay taxes, and contribute, but evidence indicates they cannot vote in the assembly, serve as jurors, or become magistrates. Now imagine being dragged into court. There is no modern lawyer standing between you and ruin. Your defense may depend on memory, witnesses, status, and performance. Your time to speak is literally water. A clay clepsydra drains beside you. When the flow ends, so does your chance. In Athens, justice can sound like a pot emptying into silence. Even religion is practical survival. Do not step casually across sacred space. Sanctuaries have boundaries, altars, offerings, rules, and memory. Offending a god or seeming to is not a private mistake. It is a civic risk. During festivals, the whole city can become a moving ritual. Historians believe the Parthenon frieze shows the greater Panathenaea procession, humans, animals, gods, and the new peplos for Athena. If you misread this crowd, you misread Athens itself. Look up. The temples are not clean white ruins. They are engineered statements, Doric weight, Ionic refinement, painted sculpture, and political money turned into stone. The Parthenon itself combines Doric dominance with Ionic elements. It is beautiful, but beauty does not mean safety. Midday in the Agora is pressure. You need food, coins, trust, and words you may not have. Every transaction is public. Every hesitation marks you as foreign, poor, enslaved, or foolish. The heaviest labor is often invisible in heroic stories. Carrying, grinding, hauling, cleaning, serving, mining. Slavery is not background decoration. It is built into households, workshops, sex, punishment, and profit. If someone assumes you are enslaved, your body may become evidence before your words do. Status is not always visible. Researchers warn that lived identity could be messier than legal categories, but the categories still bite. For citizen women, the house can be protection and confinement at once. Domestic work, textile production, storage, and family continuity mattered deeply, but law and custom limited public autonomy compared with male citizens. The household is not just a building. It is your food system, legal identity, labor pool, ancestors, property, and future children. Without an oikos, you are exposed. Without kin, you are almost weightless. Afternoon heat makes survival basic again. Shade, water, calories, rest. The city's grand marble survives in memory, but your body survives by finding shadow. Then comes sacrifice. Smoke rises. Meat, when shared, is social and sacred. Greek religion is less about private belief than correct action. Offerings, prayers, procession, memory, and reciprocity with gods who can help or harm. If this day falls in plague years, danger changes from public shame to invisible terror. Thucydides witnessed the Athenian plague of 430 BCE. Its exact cause remains debated, but the social collapse he describes is unmistakable. Modern viewers imagine ancient danger as battle, but your deadliest enemies may be crowding, infection, thirst, heat, childbirth, hunger, and law. A spear is obvious. A city that does not recognize you is worse. Late afternoon, politics returns. Decisions about war, tribute, exile, building, and alliances are made by citizen bodies, not by everyone who lives here. Democracy is real, but it is bounded, male, and fiercely exclusionary. Athenian freedom also means accusation. Private disputes and public prosecutions can consume a day, a fortune, or a life. In this city, public speech can save you, but it can also destroy you. Do not mistake silence for powerlessness. Women's public legal voice is restricted, but ritual can place them at the center of civic survival. In festivals of Athena, Demeter, and Dionysos, the city needs women to act correctly. As the sun drops, clothing keeps broadcasting status. A torn chiton, exposed confusion, or wrong gesture may not kill you, but it can mark you as poor, foreign, enslaved, or absurd. In Athens, ridicule has teeth. Sunset does not switch on streetlights. Night belongs to oil lamps, moonlight, thresholds, dogs, and people who know the alleys better than you do. One wrong turn, and the city becomes a maze of walls. If you are invited to a symposium, beware. This is not casual dinner. It is an aristocratic male drinking ritual choreographed with couches, cups, servants, songs, conversation, and wine deliberately mixed with water. For an outsider, even pleasure is dangerous. Drink too little and you offend. Drink too much and you expose yourself. The room is theater, and every man is measuring every other man. Outside, revelry can become threat. Evidence from vase imagery and literature shows music, drinking, performance, and sexualized entertainment around elite gatherings. For the powerless, celebration can mean danger. By now, the survival rule is clear. Speak less. Ancient Athens rewards the person who knows their place, kin, patron, gods, and legal category. You know none of them. Your best weapon is not courage. It is invisibility. Midnight. The Acropolis still glows above the city, but marble does not protect you. What protects you is belonging, household, citizen body, cult, kinship, sponsor, master, or money. Without one, the city wins. Dawn approaches again. If you survived, it was not because ancient life was simple. It was because you avoided law, hunger, disease, ritual error, status exposure, and the violence hidden inside ordinary routines. Ancient Greece did not need monsters to kill you. It had courts, gods, hunger, status, disease, darkness, and neighbors watching. 24 hours here is not a vacation into the past. It is a test of whether the city recognizes you as human.